this morning around 2 a.m. Let's see, right now it's Monday the 21st or the 22nd. Kilauea or Hale Ma'uma'u started going off, spewing lava into the crater. So I was gonna go and check them out, check out the lava flow and get some video. Might as well take you guys along with me. So stick around.
Exciting morning here in Hawaii Volcano National Park. Many of us woke up in the wee hours to see that we have a massive eruption here at the summit of Kilauea.
Figured I'd go up and watch the sunset at Hale Ma'uma'u crater and get some shots of the lava flow inside the crater. And kind of see it's a little bit cloudy. Was a little rainy earlier, small little rain. But usually at Kilauea, it'll be clearer than what it is right now. So come along for the ride, stick around. Choo! Kapiolani was the daughter of Hale Ma'uma'u, who was the high chief of the district of Hilo. She was the wife of Na'ihe, who is the high chief of the district of Kona. Na'ihe was said to be the national orator or best speaker on government affairs among the chiefs. Kapiolani was very intelligent, quick-witted, and fearless. They were both so influential that they were chosen by the great Kamehameha as members of his council of chiefs and were retained by his son Lioliho. Na'ihe and Kapiolani were among the first chiefs to welcome instruction and accept Christianity as far as they could understand it. Kapiolani was determined to break down the worship of the fire goddess. She accepted implicitly the words of the missionaries that their god was the god of nature. Therefore, Kapiolani had rejected the fire goddess with all of the other deities formerly worshipped in Hawaii. She was, however, practically alone in her determination to strike a blow against the worship of Pele. When Kapiolani said that she was going to prove the falsity of the worship of Pele, there was a storm of heartfelt opposition. The priests and worshippers of Pele honestly believed that divine punishment would fall on her. Na'ihe, still strong under the influence of superstition, urged her not to go. When her determination was seen to be immovable, some of the priests of Pele became bitterly angry and in their rage prophesied most awful results. When Kapiolani left her home in Kona, her people, with great wailing, again attempted to persuade her to stay with them. The people followed their chiefess some distance with prayers and tears. For more than 100 miles she journeyed, usually walking, sometimes having a smooth path, but again having to cross miles of the roughest, most rugged and sharp-edged lava. At last the party came to the vicinity of the volcano. Toward the close of the day, they crossed steaming cracks and chasms and drew nearer to the foul-smelling, gaseous clouds of smoke which blew toward them from the great crater. Here, a priestess of Pele of the highest rank came to meet her, to turn her away from the dominions of the fire goddess unless she would offer appropriate sacrifices. She knew Kapiolani's purpose and determined to frustrate it. This priestess who faced Kapiolani was very haughty and bold. She forbade her to approach any nearer to the volcano on pain of death at the hands of the furious goddess Pele. "Who are you?" Kapiolani asked. "I am one in whom the God dwells." "Well, if God dwells in you, then you are wise and can teach me. Come and sit," Kapiolani said. The priestess had seen printed pages or heard about them, so she drew out a piece of kapa and said this was a letter from Pele, and she began to read it or rather mumble an awful curse. The people with Kapiolani were hushed into a terrified silence, but Kapiolani listened quietly until the priestess, carried beyond her depth, read a confused mass of jumbled words and unintelligible noises, which she called the dialect of the ancient Pele. Then Kapiolani took her spelling book and a little book of a few printed hymns and said, "You have pretended to deliver a message from your god Pele, but we have not understood it. Now I will read you a message which you can understand, for I, too, have a letter." Then she read clearly the biblical sentences printed in the spelling book and some of the hymns. The priestess was silenced. It was now evening, and a hut was built to shelter her until the next day came, when she could have opportunity to descend the crater. As the morning light brought a wonderful view of the Lua Pele, with its great masses of steam and smoke rising from the immense field of volcanic activity below, Kapiolani prepared to go down to defy Pele. A man whose duty it was to feed Pele by throwing ohelu berries and the like into the volcano, entreated her not to go any further. "And what," she said, "will be the harm?" The man replied, "You will die by Pele." Kapiolani answered, "I shall not die by your God. That fire was kindled by my God." The man was silent, and she went onward, descending several hundred feet, and there joined in a prayer to Jehovah. She also ate the berries consecrated to Pele, and threw stones into the volcano. Then, with terrific bellowing and whizzing of the volcanic gases, they mingled their voices in a solemn hymn of praise to the true God. And at that instance of the chiefess Alapa'i, one of Kapiolani's attendants, led them in prayer. All the people of the district saw that she was not injured and have pronounced Pele to be powerless. The influence of Kapiolani against this most influential form of idolatrous worship was felt throughout the whole nation. Man, it's so cold up here. It's 57 degrees. To me, that's cold. Whew. Hope you guys all enjoyed that view of the lava. Headed home now. About to go and it's busy up here. There's a lot of people up here. It's about 8:40. Everyone likes to come at night because there's no booth fee. Everybody wants to come and check out the lava flow. Headed back home, and hope you enjoyed that. I'll catch you when I get back to the house. All right, chew. Hopefully you all enjoyed our trip, little huaka'i up to the Kilauea Volcano National Park. We got to see the lava inside the Hale Ma'uma'u crater. Such a beautiful sight. every time I get to go up there and see lava inside the crater is such a blessing. It's a reminder for me that God is constantly at work. He's over there in Hale Ma'uma'u crater still creating land. And in our own lives, He is here and He is present and He is constantly working in our own lives. And so thank you, Lord, for that. My favorite memory at the Kilauea Volcano National Park was in 2017 when my mom and I took my grandfather up there. Man, yeah, it's such a blast. He loved it, he enjoyed it, even to the point that he was cracking jokes about, you know, certain stuff. I wouldn't tell you what the jokes were, but some people's feelings might get hurt. So, Grandpa, I miss you a lot. I love you. Wish you were here still. But even though the lava was nice and the view and the sights were spectacular tonight, my favorite treat for today or tonight was being able to meet up with Kumu Marie Alohalani Brown. She was a professor at the University of Hawaii Manoa. She taught courses on Hawaiian and Polynesian religion. If you get a chance, check out a couple of her books. I think one of the names was Facing the Spear of Change. And it was a documentary about John Papa I'i. He was a servant of Kamehameha I, and he was alive all the way through some of the major government changes here in Hawaii. So mahalo, Kumu, for your time tonight. Man, you know what? We met each other up at the lookout, and it was getting cold, so we ended up walking back to the parking lot together, only to find out that our cars were parked next to each other. So she ended up taking a chair out of the back of her car, kind of hung out and sat next to or on the bed of my truck. And man, we were up there for about 30 minutes or so, just talking, chatting, and just sharing with each other what's going on. Because we live in the same community, you know, we kind of serve the same people, and we learned that we share some opinions, you know, share the same opinions about what's going on in our community, especially in our Lahui, Hawaii. And so hopefully we get a chance to meet up again with her, maybe get an interview with her on my channel. I haven't done an interview yet on my channel, but maybe Kumu will be the first one. I don't know. Well, let's see. Kumu, again, thank you so much for your time tonight. Thank you for your conversation. It was awesome. It was a highlight of my night tonight. And thank you all for tagging along, tuning in, watching this channel. You guys can tell I'm still not used to talking to the camera, but hey, I'm gonna do it, get used to it. Maybe, maybe not. Not even sure how long this thing is gonna last, but we'll see. In any case, thank you guys all for watching tonight. Mom and Dad, if you're out there, if you're watching, I love you guys. I'll see you in a few days, all right? Aloha, tofa soifua.